coffee yet, and it's hot. I feel you.
Hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm not on.
Ms. Bradford?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Ms. Collins, and I will be assisting Mr. Bull. Could I please ask you if you're not speaking to mute your mic? I'm getting a lot of feedback, and I need to take notes for the board. I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so look like we got enough people up here to have a meeting. So good morning to everybody. My name is Samuel Boone. I'm one of the parole board members, and I'll be speaking to you on behalf of the board today. This is time for y'all to add any additional information to this case before the board makes a decision. So, we got quite a few people up here. So before you get started, you can, say what you need to. Make sure you state your name and how you relate to the case, and then we can move on to the next person. Pretty simple. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm taking some notes.
Yes.
And Ms. Cohen's up here taking notes. So all this information will be shared with the board. So we can go ahead, whoever wants to take charge.
Kevin.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was about to say Kevin.
Okay. Mr. Boone, it is a true honor, sir. For years and years and years, or several years, I should say, I've heard about you. Your reputation in the community is unmatched of any parole board member, and so many of the adults in custody think so highly of you as a fair and just individual. And I just want to say this morning what a true honor it is from the bottom of my heart to meet with you. My wife and I just prayed, and we keep you in our prayers. And I'm also very closely tied to Mr. Brian Keith Beatty, known as Xman. And how him and I have come to know each other is through a peer-to-peer mental health support group. Mr. Boone, you probably, because I focus more on prison reform issues, I don't liaison as much with the parole board. But, Mr. Boone, have you ever been to Red Onion Prison? Have you visited? Oh, he's on mute.
Getting there yet? Wasn't but 40 minutes away. I made it to Wilders Red. It was snowing. So I plan to go back in the near future. All
right. Well, Mr. Boone, thank you for visiting the prisons. They're highly overcrowded now. Prison conditions are really bad. I have about 20 adults in custody, and most of them are in the Virginia mountains. And the group that we kind of work with now, I used to work with Jennifer with Ignite Justice, and then she brought me on board with the Virginia Justice Alliance. And then she helped me develop my peer-to-peer mental health support group. The men at Red Onion Prison are under tremendous duress. And about 20 of these individuals are in my mental health support group. Now, who's not at Red Onion is Mr. Xman. He's actually down in Greensville, but he spent, decades in that environment in those Virginia mountains. And I'm sure that you've read in the press, a lot of these men have set themselves on fire. They've self-harmed. There's a lot of emphasis in our community on improving prison conditions, but it's a very dark subject, the subject of suicide. I've attempted suicide in my life, and Mr. Xman is kind of what you call an unk in the prison system. He's someone that when someone is about to take their own life, when someone is about to stab a correctional officer, he's a go-to. He's a resource. He has a huge spiritual side to him, but he also knows about mental health and surviving hard times. Last year, my daughter was a victim of a crime, and I was in a situation with, being bipolar, Crohn's disease. I was really suffering. I ended up in the hospital. And I was in tremendous duress. In some of my worst moments of pain, Xman called me, he prayed for me, and we got through it together. But through the remainder of the year, I really was working with the individuals that self-harmed at Red Onion Prison, and I was getting a lot of the information about those prison conditions from Xman, but also how to survive them. And he really kind of mentored me over the last couple years. The issue with the single cell thing, I am so proud to know this man. The courage and what he had to do to overcome not being in a single cell situation. He has very violent nightmares. We fought that until finally he did what he had to do to work on his mental health to take on a cellie, which is very difficult. These issues are all documented. And also over the last couple of years, we've done things like put together a letter of remorse. I don't have a good relationship with Chadwick Doxson. I don't have a good relationship with David Robinson. Jennifer and I were talking. She tells me to kind of cool it sometimes. Both the CEOs right now have a petition for the firing of Robinson and the prison community. But the one positive interaction that we had with Mr. Robinson had to do with Xman. When Xman made a poor decision in the 90s, David Robinson was the warden. And I can tell you, Mr. Boone, you know how it is in the prison system. Once you harm an officer, they remember your name, and they're going to drag you. And they're not going to drag you for years. They're going to drag you for a decade. Now Xman, in his vocational employment, is in the most highly secured area of the Greensville prison. In Virginia, that's unprecedented, especially he's, like I said, once you're kind of known and you make a name for yourself, to be working side by side with Warden Spring, to be working side by side with, Warden Davis implies a huge, huge level of trust. And it's really been an honor to walk alongside Xman on his spiritual journey, on his mental health journey. But I can honestly say to every member that's participating in this call today, if Xman was not in my life, I would not be here. My daughter's going to basic training. She attempted self-harm 2 years ago when I first met Xman. He was there for me every single step of the way. And now she's got a huge comeback story. She's on the dean's list and at basic training this week. My other daughter, the victim of the crime, she got a $100,000 scholarship to a private school. Xman, this family out here owes a huge debt of gratitude to Xman. And I don't know the time limits, but I know I kind of took over, and it just means so much to me to get this off my heart. And thank you, Mr. Boone, for providing me the opportunity, sir. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
I can most definitely go next if anybody else is cool with that. We good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Cool. So, just want to introduce myself. My name is Nicole Deo. I am the CEO, founder of Bending the Bars. Mr. Boone, you probably see Bending the Bars and like, Lord, this is that it's me.
Good word.
It's me. Yes,
Give me
it's
a
me.
t-shirt or something?
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Oh, I love the t-shirt. Thank you so much.
Welcome. So, I'm here, of course, supporting Mr. Bryan, and what I like to do to make sure that all of my thoughts, come to pass. I write down things. I'm a note taker. So please understand, I'm reading from this only to ensure that my points and my support gets across, right? So I'm coming to you today in regards for Mr. Bryan. Our organization specializes in criminal and prison reform, including assisting our inside citizens with obtaining early release via pardons, parole packs, and our court and other court proceedings. We do a complete, extensive review of potential candidates that we advocate for, and upon that review, I call him Mr. Bryan, so that's what you'll hear. So Mr. Bryan most definitely, qualified in that nature, right? I was introduced to Mr. Bryan about 7 months ago by a respected advocate, i.e. Mr. Jeans, that is here on this call today. And he most definitely, validates his work, right? Mr. Bryan is a first-time offender of 6 counts of armed robbery at the age of 18. It's a lot of things that we can say just in that general statement, right? At 18, we all know the scientific facts of that, and about the maturity level, that is lacking at that time, right? He was sentenced to 48 years of incarceration. He has successfully completed 38 years of his term and has shown progressive development and remorse regarding his street and DOC behavior. That DOC behavior, Mr. Jeans has touched on somewhat, right? And I'm pretty sure all of us on this call is aware of those actions, right? Mr. Bryan took to compose a heartfelt and transparent remorse letter to DOC security and staff, which illustrated his increased level of maturity. That statement included this verbatim. In the time since, I have worked hard to confront and address these issues. Through counseling, education, and deep self-reflection, I've come to understand the impact of my actions and the steps that I need to take to ensure they are never repeated. I'm committed to continuing this journey of growth and accountability for the rest of my life. Where this statement mirrors the acknowledgement of accountability, the parole board wants to ensure from a petitioner, right? So that I know from my interaction with the parole board, from listening to every public hearing, that is something that's very important to you guys, right? The accountability side of it, the remorse, the acknowledgement. And Mr. Bryan has most definitely done that. The above remorse also, along with completed programs, infraction-free behavior, outside support, continued education, and employment are key factors the Honorable Board seeks for all candidates. And he most definitely checks those boxes. We have been in the Bars Foundation, LLC, are not only willing to provide our extensive support by this call and any other action that may be required, but we do offer guaranteed employment or hours upon his release. Between our LLC and foundation, we have multiple areas that he most definitely can be vital in, right? Because a part of what we do, we try to do school to prison pipeline prevention. And he will come into play with that because I'm in the process now of getting into Henrico County Public Schools, and we would like to address seniors who, of course, will capture that 18-year age group, right? 17 to 18. That age that, of course, he was when he first, got indicted and received this sentence. So he most definitely can be a vital part of that movement because he can tell his true life testimony for that and preventive measures. In closing, I would like to reiterate my sole support of Mr. Bryan's parole hearing. As stated above, he has shown mental development, accountability, remorse for all of his actions. And through us, and I'm pretty sure other individuals, he can most definitely be guaranteed employment, good home plan, and support, right? So I thank you for giving me this time, and I really hope, that a favorable response is what we received this year. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
I guess I'll go next if anybody doesn't mind. My name is Jennifer Dalton. I'm the founder and executive